Hey, welcome to this Field of Glory 2 gameplay video. If you love Field of Glory 2, then don't miss a minute of what's coming up. Hey, welcome. It's time to play some Field of Glory 2 multiplayer. This is the second game in our Wargamers Club For Gentlemen tournament. I'm playing against Scotty123. And I think I'm playing some kind of army Napoleon or something. I don't know. But we're going to get in here and find out. If I remember correctly, this is. I've only played one game, and I've slept since then. I think it's potluck armies and potluck map, and the AI gives you the army. So all I got to do is set things up. So let's take a look. Okay, replay. Well, not much to replay since I haven't even. Okay. This is interesting. I get to. I don't know what's going on. Okay, we're playing Apulian versus Thracian, Hellenistic Getae. All right, well, let's take a large stream. Ooh, this is a nasty map. Italian foot. We have to have 7 of those. We can have 2 veteran armored cavalry. No, we have to have 2 veteran armored cavalry. Those are very nice. Wow. That stream is a big deal, and I don't see any fords. That is going to be an interesting bit of terrain, and other than that, some hills, rough ground. Well, okay, as is my habit, I am going to select my army, get it set up before we begin the turn, which I guess is to say before. Oh, let's look at the enemy. Let's look at the enemy. Wow. Horse archers, light horse archers, light javelin horse, hoplites, Thracians with Romphlia, mass Thracian pelt. Look at how he can have. Oh, he can have mass Thracian and lots of them. Poorly armed rabble, archers, light javelin. And those peltasts right there are kind of nasty. And then light javelin, archers, poorly armed rabble. Lots of medium foot. A little bit of heavy foot if he wants it. Not a lot of requirements. Medium foot requirements. Those guys are awfully nice. Heavy weapon. Some archers, some javelin, and some peltasts. He's got 974 points to play with. My list is much simpler. Boatloads of Italian foot. Average light spear swordsman. Up to 7 light javelinmen. And up to 8 veteran armored cavalry, which are very nice. Very nice. Okay, well, anyway, let me go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and pause this, or actually put a cut in the video. When we come back, we'll have it all set up and ready to find out what my opponent has for us. Well, okay, this has been kind of a difficult call. That Thracian army is so flexible. It has so many options. With the exception of a truly cavalry heavy, well, I should say, formed cavalry force. They can only have a bit of formed cavalry, but they can have a lot of light cavalry. They can have a lot of light infantry. They can have a lot of mediums, but not quite as many as we could have if I bought everything I could get. Decided to kind of compromise, bring along a substantial cavalry force that can work either flank or plug holes. One line of medium infantry, another second line to back them up, sorta, along with these guys, and these maximum light javelinmen. That river looks really wonderful if you could get to it, but he'll get to it before me if he's aggressive. If he wants to stand on the other side of it and come skirmish, which would be actually not a bad idea, it could get very strange and very ugly pretty quick. I could also, in short order, turn these guys around and march back in this direction and kind of lock in on this hill if I choose to. I don't think that's going to be a realistic option. I haven't played against this opponent. I don't know Scotty123. We've had a few text messages. Seems like a really nice guy, like all the guys in the Wargamers Club for Gentlemen. And by the way, the link to that will be down to the Wargamers Club for Gentlemen Facebook page. Will be in the description below. Please come by and consider joining. We have a lot of fun. But this army is really big. Well, not really big, but it's just dumb. It's just a bunch of medium javelinmen. So I decided to go pretty heavily with that in two lines, and kind of a nice balanced deployment. And let's see what he brings and how he plays. And if I've got to run these guys back to save them from rampaging light cavalry, we'll do so. Light cavalry don't scare me much. If all he's facing is my my medium infantry, yeah, he can shoot a few of them up, but you know, I don't know. So the army's really simple. Hey, that's what I say. It's big. It's just a simple army. It's a bunch of medium infantry. You can have a lot of cavalry, and on a different map, I might have gone with a cavalry heavy, but I don't know. I don't know how he's going to do it. Okay, I'm babbling. This is part of my away from home set of games. I've been on the road for almost 2 weeks now, taking care of family problems back in Louisiana. I don't have a lot of time to play, and by 9:30 at night, I'm very tired. I'm not thinking very clearly. I don't mean that as an excuse. It's just real. I'm babbling. So let's push the button and see what we get. I'm not sure whether it'll go straight into a turn or what, but let's see. Da 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 da! What did he do? Light horse archers. He's got his nice fat cavalry. And there and there. Lots of skirmishers. Lots of guys. Those guys are kind of scary. They can come up here and scoop up this light infantry pretty quick. I'm inclined not to move briskly out into this. He kind of had a relatively conservative. Actually, I guess maybe my evaluation of this river was wrong. It's about even. Perhaps I should have taken a heavy cavalry force and decided to swing at one flank. But it is what it is. I think I am going to, either out of fatigue or good sense, pass the turn to him as it stands and see how aggressive he is. So let's do it. And we are off. Good luck to you. Good luck to you if I could type. Good luck to you too. And that'll be that. Next turn real soon. Well, okay, after a couple of days of being really busy, I'm back in here. Let's get in here and see what our new friend has done. And he says, Duncan? No, I'm not Duncan. Not Duncan. I don't know who Duncan is. This is very dangerous. I think we are in big trouble, and I should have probably set up considerably further back than I did. On the other hand, he seems to be... Okay, here it comes. Here it comes. He's decided to get serious. All right. Well, we got a choice to make. He's got that cavalry there. One cavalry is not... This cavalry is kind of scary. Backed up by Peltast and Thracians, and especially those guys. That's a hole punching machine right there. That's a we're gonna bloody your nose in the most dramatic way possible machine. Lots of Thracians. These guys are really dangerous. Really, really, really dangerous. And I'm about half inclined to back up and see if I can get up on this hill. Now this right flank will still be in trouble. Time to put a pause in this while I consider on it. Well, okay, the way I see this, he has superior troops, but fewer of them. My biggest concern is that he can isolate a portion of this, punch a hole with the cavalry, and just beat my brains out while he rolls up the rest of the guys. I think the wise thing to do is to back up on this hill. Perhaps fall back this way, perhaps takes these guys to the woods while these guys fall back. And the cavalry, maybe down in the flat here. Split, maybe some over here. There's a track here. His light cavalry is a problem. He has a lot of it, and they're horse archers, and they will raise hell with these guys, which is why I'm hiding them. I really don't want to be out there chasing his silly little light cavalry horse archers around like mad. I'd rather the light cavalry have to deal with the second line of these guys. So, chatter, chatter, chatter. We're going to do something odd, if for no other reason than it'll be entertaining to see his reaction. I don't know if it'll work, quite honestly. He's got a better army. This is a big, dumb army. I could have brought a whole lot more cavalry, and you know, looking at this, it might have been fun to bring just all the cavalry in the world and say, yeah, I'm just going to catch your infantry as best I can. But the lights and the light cavalry could have just raised hell. Doesn't matter. I didn't make that decision. There we go. That's what I need them to do. Turn about. Turn about. Turn about. The light infantry does not have, there's just not a panic. And I'm really reluctant to have them run away in behind those guys, but I do want to get them, well, it doesn't matter. They can move first next round and disperse maybe to the woods. These guys are archers. Yeah, some archers. He's going to have to get a lot more aggressive to catch those guys. Um, these guys can all get back into here, but I don't want them to. And these guys will move back. Let's hit the grid. They'll be there. And when he sees this, that light cavalry is going to come at me hot and fast. But they're still a couple of turns away no matter what they do. Oops, wrong guy. Hold command. About like that. I kind of want them between these guys and all these guys until the light cavalry gets here. And as far as the cavalry on the hill goes, they're going to have to get out of the way because I'm going to want those guys lined up here. But I don't have to do anything with them right now. I probably ought to. Rough ground back here sucks, but we'll just... I can't do a group fallback. As long as they're not in charge reach, falling back like that's not dangerous. Okay, I'm being real tentative, real cautious. It has a lot to do with me being a long ways away from home, dead tired from spending 2 weeks in the hospital with a sick father and everything else. I'm a little bit wore out. But I really do think that's the best thing to do. These guys are dangerous, 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 and I need to draw him out. Maybe he'll rush a little bit. I don't know. But a straight-up fight anywhere here is going to be difficult. I need these slopes, and maybe this rough ground over here, and maybe some woods. These guys rush off into the woods while these guys fall back. These guys rush off into the woods, which they probably should have already done, but they'll have time to go over this way while these guys fall back. He doesn't have enough medium infantry to go into these woods and play. So, yeah, I'm thinking here, here. These guys fall back to these slopes and maybe back through here. Hopefully we can make it before he gets there. If he does something foolish like rush with his cavalry, I might make him regret it. I don't know. The light cavalry will harass me, and I don't care. And off we'll go. Okay, it's a plan. I don't know if it's a good plan, but it's a plan. See you again in just a moment. Okay, here we go. So that's a first playing back against advancing. Yes, well, sometimes I play differently. We'll just see what he does now. I don't see standing up to him out there in the open. I'm going to get busted up, and I want to see what this pullback does to, but how he handles it. Okay. Pretty straightforward. Ooh, I kind of like that. I'm really kind of for his cavalry getting ahead of his infantry. Okay, that is a command. And that is a command. However, I think these guys need to move kind of independently. So, and these guys, though, I think we can just do a group move back. These guys, I think... Well, this is where I get a little bit... do I want to fall back into those woods? He hasn't got enough infantry to deal with me straight up. But his cavalry can bust me up. I want to spread out and make him concerned. I could have done that going forward, but he's got so many skirmishers that I just don't want to cope with it. Those guys go in that direction. Those guys go in that direction. Now, really, the cavalry is the big. What the hell do I do? They can do a big fallback, or they can ride to the flank, or they can ride. Well, they're kind of stuck. If I'm gonna get these guys up on the hill here to take advantage of this rise, then or I can tuck them out here, which actually is kind of like be kind of cool to have some of them, at least some of them, floating around over here, because this is going to open up. This hill, and this is going to open up. Also, though, I still want to protect them against all this light cavalry as best I can. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. I think I'll have to do for right now. They're done. Yep, they're done. And now what to do with the light infantry? I don't want the light infantry caught out against the all that light cavalry. But I think I've got time. They can come back. These guys could actually fall back to there, but they can't fall back through. I should have done that last round. These guys could go there. These could go there. He's going to pester me with skirmishers. What I don't want him to do is dominate my skirmishers and pull me off of my I'm going blank here. I don't want him to pull me off of this defensive position by dominating the skirmish fight and I can do a group move. Getting a few points ahead and forcing me to move. He can still do that. He might be able to stand out there and skirmish all day long. I don't know. All I know is that I want this hill now. And I want these guys arrayed over here using this rough ground. And I want these guys back in here somewhere. And these guys over here. And okay, if you want to go either way, I can swing. I hope this works. I don't know. It may be insane. We'll see. I'm not making much sense, but I've only had one cup of coffee this morning. What do you say we call it a turn? Back in a moment. All right, let's see what's going on. I don't know if this is going to work, but I am kind of happy that he's stringing that cavalry out in front. I think I'd be inclined to keep all this together, looking to strike something with a combined arms thing. But I could be wrong. I don't know that I can pull this off before it's ugly. But let's go ahead and get since we have something of a plan in place here, let's go ahead and behave as if we're going to execute it, whether it's a good idea or not. And jabs, jabs, jabs. Yeah, it's like, yeah, where are my archers? Do I have any? No, I play in so many games I don't even know what the armies are anymore. So we really want to archers, archers, archers. Actually, those guys are in pretty good shape. I went, oops, 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 wrong guy. Yeah, I'm not too happy with that, but hey, there it is. Turn about. And these guys start working their way into that cover over there, since he seems, well, I know I can beat him in there. I can't beat his light cavalry and stuff, but I can get in there before he does. These guys I'm kind of tempted to leave out here, because those archers are going to start raining stuff down, and they might actually... They still got a lot of light infantry, a lot of light cavalry. No, I just want you to turn around. All right. Okay, Lord, I just don't seem to be able to click right. There we go. There we go. I think. This is. They're up here on open ground, open ground, open ground. I thought they were on some rough. I guess not. Oh, yeah, he's on some rough. And there's time. There's time to wait. All right. Obviously, that should be obvious. What I'm trying to do is get ourselves in a positional advantage, because these troops are generally the same or significantly better than mine, but I have a lot more. He's going to try to beat the flanks down. I'm going to try to keep the flanks together by hiding in the woods and daring him to bring guys like this in the woods, or get close enough that they can come out of the woods and run them off and engage them. Blah, blah. Who knows? It just depends on what he does. Or to provide cover as these guys close. This is his strike force. He's going to want to hit. If I were him, I'd want to hit these guys, but that makes these guys dangerous. So this whole crowd, I would think, may drift this way, which takes these guys able to go, that way. And I don't know. Maybe it'll work. Maybe it won't. I am encouraged by him separating his good armored cavalry from his infantry. Now, I think it's a dumb move? No, he's got a lot of support in terms of light cav and light infantry. But these guys can really punch one of these units down, and if he's got infantry nearby to exploit, that's great. And if he doesn't, then maybe I can take advantage of that. Anyway, that's what I'm thinking. We'll see. Next turn in just a moment. Okay, here we go. He's after me, and we don't care. Yeah, I'm not worried about light cavalry. That's, harassing. Won't matter. That, on the other hand, is interesting, and I really, I don't know, it might not work out well for me, but I do like the idea of him sending his cavalry in essentially unsupported. That his really, my opinion. We'll find out. The results will tell the tale, not my imagination. But we'll find out. We will find out if his unsupported cavalry, well, I should say cavalry supported by light cav, And he might, if he might just be sending it out ahead and standing by till these guys catch up. But really, I would want this stuff smashing into one of these guys that doesn't like cavalry and having these guys to follow up, not chasing like this. That's just not going to be impressive to anybody. Turn there. Well, will we? This little bitty monitor is... I can actually walk past that guy. Can I go there and then turn? Nope. Oh, I wish I was home with real monitors. Fine, we'll just turn. And I'm a little bit... In fact, I'm damn reluctant to come over here and show flank to that guy with these guys running around out here because they don't care that I'm in cover. Ooh, I don't know what I was fixing to do with the general. I didn't want that to happen. There we go. There, and probably something like that. And there's my flank force there. Over here it's a little interesting. We actually can, with some degree of confidence, stand there with that light infantry. These guys, this is light infantry, right? That's my jabs. They need to get out of the way. Actually, kind of tempted to suicide some of these guys, but here's the thing. If I get out here in this skirmish where I'm badly outnumbered and lose guys, then he can stand back and say, get off, go. You know, come out here and play because I've got an advantage over you that, you know, da-da-da-da-da. So we really ought to continue tucking these guys away. Built up area is actually kind of cool, but not cool enough to stand out there. Oh, I got to turn those guys around. Keep those guys running. Those guys have turned around and they're standing on the hill. I'm good with that. These guys need to turn around. I don't like this gap in the line here, but not much we can do about it. And it kind of gives me a place to squirt cavalry out, so maybe it's not such a bad deal. Turn. They're in rough ground. That doesn't much matter. They're in rough ground. Turn. And I don't know, whatever. I think that doesn't much matter. Over here we've turned a couple of guys around and we need to... Oh, I got to catch up on these guys too. They haven't done their thing. And again, I don't want them out there getting sucked up and easily beat down by these guys. They'll come up and shoot at me and that'll be unpleasant. It might even be significant for it's all said and done, but not as significant as losing that light jab to yeah, let's go there. And these guys have all done their things, so he's either stuck out there where he will be overwhelmed or he has to run. That leaves us with open ground, open ground, open ground. Open ground, open ground, open ground. These guys need to fall back in this direction, except those that can get in the woods. So... they run off that way. These guys can't get there. These guys can. They can't get there. So this guy could probably go to here. He can go to there. And this guy's kind of almost caught, and that's awkward. He can't get there. Get there. I don't think that cavalry will catch him. Not before we get these guys turned around and give him reason. I'd love it. He charge down into here. That would actually be pretty cool. Unmoved, unmoved. Really? Oh, yes, these guys. Well, they moved. They turned to face. Yeah, we're going to stick with them. What am I looking at here? This guy? Yeah. He actually has a... which way is he facing? This way! Turn him. Now this gets a little more significant all of a sudden. All of a sudden, what this guy does means something. He needs to turn and be ready to go in that direction. And I think the general can slide over and... this guy can stand. It doesn't matter if he's in rough ground, really. And these guys are going to stay where they are. Looking at the possibility of maybe squirting through that hole or watching for anybody that punches out or anything that happens over here. And I think just make sure these guys have all turned around. Yep. All right. That looks like a turn to me, and this game is actually forming up to be interesting. It's I'm hoping that he's not rushing forward on just an opportunity, and then he's patient enough to wait for these guys to come back up. I'd love for him to come in here. I think that's not going to happen. I think he's going to be wise enough to pick his point. Which, if I were him, would probably, yeah, I'm hoping I'm giving him bad choices because they've got forces on the flanks. Really? This whole crowd going that way in a serious way. If he could find a way to try to work over this and keep me from working him hard coming off the hill, that'd be awesome. But that's what I'm trying to get. I'm trying to make him commit this smaller but superior force so that my flanks can, I don't know, hopefully save my increasingly gray rear end. Next turn here real quick. Okay, here we go. And now I'm actually thinking it's not loud enough. There we go. I can hear some things. He really is bringing that cavalry down in there. Wow. That surprises me no end. And no, I'm not particularly concerned about light cavalry coming around the left flank. It is light cavalry after all. Really, I want to see what he does with that infantry. It's not that the skirmishing is insignificant. It's just not. There we go. Here they come. Dun, 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 dun. And impact win 22%. Did not start. Yeah, charging those guys might not be the best idea ever. But come on now, my computer. I was playing on this laptop thing is all right. Those guys are turned to face, which is what I needed them to do. These guys need to turn to face that way. Yeah, that's the best move. Turn to face that way. Tempted to come down the hill. These guys do not. No, I've just. Oh, big pauses. It's not easy being away from home in your real life gaming computer. And more lights. Javelin to come through to here. And they can do 4 to 12 or 0 to 6. And that was fun. Not funny, but fun. These guys are facing this way. They can turn around. And these guys need to turn around. And these guys need to turn around. They are kind of caught, which is kind of interesting. For my money, that's kind of interesting. I don't think I would have shoved that cavalry into this hole if I were him. But one never knows. He might get away with it. His infantry is so far away right now. Go ahead and turn those guys. They can't get there from here. What are these guys armed with? Lancers. They will not run away. I don't think. Let's go get them. And let's go get them. These guys have done their thing. They really don't have anything left to do except doing crazy stuff like charging those guys that will run away, which not such a bad idea. I don't think they'll go out in the open, but they might. Well, let's go after them. They did. We can always back down. But with his infantry so far away, it's time to get aggressive over here. If he's going to stick those guys out in the open or down here, it's time to fight them. See if we can take them off the board. All right, over here. I need to get these guys out of the way. Those guys there. He say what? I don't know what I'm doing. He say, don't know what I'm doing. Rough ground is not going to save them against a bunch of horse archers, but then again, there's not a lot I can do to a bunch of horse archers, is there? Those guys go there. They can get there. wish I could more effectively harass those guys. The truth is, I kind of need the cover of this terrain. Oh yeah, we got to worry about this guy too. And I don't want to go out there. I do not want to go out there. On the other hand, javeling those guys from the woods could be a lot of fun. I don't know what it is about this 15-inch monitor in my old eyes, but this is really hard to see. All right, he's facing that way. Does he need to? He's not bringing significant infantry over here, so I really don't need to. Unless he turns this way, this line is happy. So I could step out of the woods and get shot up, charge them, and they'll run away, and that'll be exciting. Or charge some of them, and they'll run away. And it's just turn this way. They need to come out, they'll come out. These guys can come over here and play, but that's probably going to be... I don't know what I think about it. If he goes over here and he decides to jump this guy... Yeah, okay, we'll go here. We'll face here. We'll go ahead and do what I decided to do with him. Is face there. And that'll be that. I don't want these guys getting shot up for nothing. I'm really reluctant. It'd be nice to send the CNC over there, but they're going to be out there kind of almost in a trap here shortly. I'd rather not have the CNC be in that position. You guys, more javelin. Just watch for those light cavalry, and he's, maybe he'll want. Oh, and you guys. Almost, you're so close to being helpful. you're so close to being useful. Yeah, go get there in the built-up area. Kind of a forlorn hope. And I think that takes care of everything. Let's see why is this thing so pausey? No, you stay up there on the hill. Yeah, turn. Happy. Turn. Trivialities. No. Happy with you there. I'd rather be in the woods. If you really want to get serious about this light cavalry thing, you'll come in. And we're repeating ourselves. Any shooters left? I don't think so. All right. Well, this has gotten interesting. I am a bit surprised that he led off with that cavalry. This is a dangerous combo. These hoplites and this cavalry is a dangerous combo. Getting in a situation where his cavalry is going to get flanked and got more cavalry now. I'm going to take this guy unless he beats him suddenly. With him behind, I don't know if he can fall back. I don't know, but with any luck, we've trapped a high point unit with a general and can beat it down, or at least give it a bloody nose before these guys can support. All right, let's call it a turn. Back in a moment. Okay, here we go. All right. Okay. I see what's happening. They're getting shot. Go figure. This little machine just struggles sometimes. And it's a nice little machine. 6-core Intel. but it's only 2.2 gigahertz. It's only 16 gigs of memory, and I'm just a lot more used to, I should say. A more substantial machine. Here comes the infantry. I don't think I'd have brought all that light cavalry he brought on this map. I'm not 100% convinced of its utility. Alright, let's see. This is actually where it's interesting. Click, 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 click. And yeah, that'll bust his head for sure. That, not so much, but that wasn't the plan, was it? The plan wasn't to win with him. The plan was to flank him. Those guys shot up a little bit. That was nice. That was entertaining. This guy might have a problem. I don't think he's in charge reach. I don't think he'll get disrupted. But he needs to get out of there. Alright. Flank charge. Da-da-da-da-da. Not too great a chance to win. Those guys are... Let's do it with them. Yeah, that didn't get exciting. Let's go get him with that. He held firm. Let's fight. Right. These guys need to, I suspect, get the hell out of the way. Fall back. All right, they did it successfully. What a bunch of guys. And shoot. And things just got really interesting. All right, they're disrupted. I don't have anybody that can. Oh, yeah, they can. They just don't have a... Well, they got a great chance to win on melee, but not so hot on the charge. I don't think he can get there from here, and I'm kind of reluctant to move them off of where they are. Jabs, they can't really do much. Charge those guys just to get them out of here. And shoot. And shoot. Alright, so we've got this light cavalry issue on the flank. Kind of under control, sort of. And those guys need to get the hell out of the way before they get sucked up, which would be awkward. I'm kind of inclined to let this guy stand there. I may move the general. And if he catches them, that'd be good. Doesn't catch them when we get stuck out there. Let's charge them just to see if they do. That's kind of what I thought they would do. Alright, we run them off. Skirmish, 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 skirmish. Who cares? And why do we have this? He hasn't... I don't know. Did I miss something? Did somebody break that I'm not aware of? I don't know. Maybe it's a scoring thing I don't get. Win 1% draw. Blah blah blah. And guy. Not close enough. This guy. Ah, he is close enough. What if we move the general there? And all of a sudden he's got a 2% chance to win. Yeah! Whatever. Yeah, that hurt. The chances were pretty good we weren't going to win that, but this guy is in a world of hurt, and they've got no immediate support available, which actually works for me. Now I am somewhat tempted to move up in support of these guys, although let's turn the grid on. 1, 2, they're 2 turns away unless this guy breaks suddenly. And we are 1 turn away to be in close support. And he goes there, and he can't turn, and that's okay. And charging him is just foolish. If you want to fight, come in the woods. I'd be perfectly happy to have it out with you. As much as I'd like to find something constructive to do right now, I'm feeling pretty good about this. We're going to win an early fight here before he can get in range, which was a real gimme. And I still have guys, depending on how he runs this. He's still got a hell of a force, and it's mean and ugly and can cause me all kinds of problems. But I'm bigger than him. He's got sort of open flanks, and he's got some of his best units doing. Oh, those are nomad horse archers. Oh, I think I'd have kept them with these guys. But these guys came and kind of walked into an uh-oh anyway, and that makes me very, very happy. Yeah, I think we'll leave it alone for a turn. I want that guy on the hill, and I want these guys refused ways. Actually, he could maybe come up to here. He hits me on this corner, which I think if I were him, I would rush to this corner right now. Because he's going to die, and probably my cavalry's going to pursue, and it's going to be dumb. But this is the point where he can make out if he hits me with all these really good troops he's got. And I've got to keep these guys available either for us that way or support this way. You don't need to listen to me talk about this. Let's call it a turn. Back in just a moment. He says as he tries to decide if he just wants to move that guy forward. Okay, back in just a moment.